subclavian or carotid, depending on what your access that you're going to use. So we can run through the subclavian and the carotid and direct access on another call for more training, if you like. So we have our coronal, sagittal and axial views and our rendered view here. So on this side, we have our workflow assistant that runs down the right-hand side. We have the these we can click on and change the images in an easy fashion. So we've got the coronal, sagittal and the axial views along here, so you can change it at the view at any time. Then we have our measurement rulers here and our reports. And as I go through the software and the training, you will see where these come into play. We've got our aortic valve. We're doing it in systole, so and we can do it in diastole, but we'll do the workup in this. So at the moment, we've got defined centerline. So this is our workflow assistant, and it just runs through as sort of as you like, as watching it just drop through, so that you know it helps you with your planning. We're just going to go, for the interest of time today, we're just going to do automatic, and maybe on another call we can do the manual version. So with the AI that runs through the system, what we're looking for is our defined centre line. So we have our control point, which is our red here, and that's running through, and this is automatically set for us with the 10.6 software, which you have. And so this is for easy planning. So we're just going to have a look. We've got our centre line set up here. We can actually extend the centre line by clicking on the yellow line and extending it down into the vessel. So we have our, we work from the bottom and around. So we're just looking at our segmentation here. That's just giving us a structured view. You can run through any of these sort of programs as to what functions, these drop-down functions, as what suits you. But I'll just work with the basis one here. So what we're going to do is actually have a look at the automation on this one. So this helps you with your workflow and working through it. So we're just going to use the find the neighbours here in our view here, and it has automatically set where the AI has decided that that's probably a good view to start. They come in the cross as crosses here, so we actually, all of the software you have to actually verify as you go through, so it just steps you through each of the steps, if you like. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click on each of the cusps and just make sure they're in really good positions. And we're just going to have a look here and move it around a little bit so that we're right in our planning, that we're getting at the right location. So you can use a space bar, and that it will just rotate to each of the points that have been indicated here. The crosshairs here, the green and the pink, replicate up into these screens here, these views. So we're going to work with the pink crosshair, and it matches with the open end here or the fixed end here, and the green's the same, but we'll just work on the pink at the moment. So we can rotate this and have a look at our, and that changes our view up here. So our control point here, we're just going to move out a little bit, so we've got a really good location here, and our non-coronary is here as well. So as you can see, it's really quite easy to work through. If you just want to check that you make sure that you've got the best location, you can rotate up through the valve and then come back down, making sure it is the lowest point in the planning. So once we're really happy with our location of our right coronary, left coronary and the non-coronary leaflet, and our centre line looks pretty good. So we're going to go to confirm over here. So this brings up where we're going to do all of our measurements. With the 10.6 version that you've got, we've actually got guided reporting. So this is a really nice function that steps you through each of the workup planning, and that also gives you, you know, that you don't forget anything. And it's really, this is how I've got mine set up. If you wanted to change it, you can go into the software to the question mark up here, and you can go in and actually change it if you have a different way of how you would like to run your workups. So we're just going to start with our LVOT diameters. So when we want to work through this program, so we've got our stretch views here, and we've actually got our basal plane, which we have set when we actually put our points in here. So we're just going to double click to make this screen bigger. Okay, where did that go? Okay, where's the measurements gone? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I want to do this in manual though. Yeah, so the LVOT, yeah. So we just double click open all the screens. So as we go through all of these, LVOT. So what we want to have a look at is make sure that our perimeter, even though it's indicated and it's is pretty accurate around our perimeter, we just want to make sure that we have you know, encompassed everything. So the good way to do is pull it out, just make sure that we can set it around. That probably needs to go in a little bit so that we get a good circumference here. With the automation, it gives you a confirm or unconfirm, so that makes sure that you have actually looked at each step and confirmed that you're happy with the measurements. So, and it gives the description. So we've got LVOT diameter. So we've got a minimum, maximum, and an average. Your area derived perimeter and your area. So if you ever wanted to change how that looks, you can just right click on and just go to, oops, hang on. LVOT over here, and you can change the parameters of this as well. So we're just going to confirm we're pretty happy with that. So this takes you to the screen, and what we're doing here is actually populating the report from here. So we just want to make sure that we've labelled it properly. So LVOT, and we're going to go OK. So what this is doing is now working its way through our list here. So we've got our annulus dimensions here, and so we can actually just tidy up around the edges as well, and just make sure that it's a little bit circular. Push this out a little bit, just to make sure that we're really happy with the perimeter. Again, it's given all our dimensions, and this will be as we confirm. And so we'll go to annulus, beautiful, and that takes it to our report. Again, working through, we're going to the STJ junction, and again, we're just going to just alter this a little bit.
Ngày mai em có cái loa, đừng có để cái loa. Bluetooth đấy.
Sorry?
Can you unzoom and show them the other views as well? Yeah.
What's that? So I was just going to run through this. Same.
So they want to see the other. They don't know what they're.
Oh, okay. Okay. So they want to go back. Okay.
Like double click here and then go out of this.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you can see where we are. We can do the measurements from here as well. It's just a little bit smaller, so we can just alter this as well. So at the moment we're looking at the ascending aorta. So this gives you the indication of where we are, and you can prompt from here. So we'll just confirm that. So this can all be done from my ascending aorta. So yeah, Cool. Okay. To here, and this takes us through. So now we're at the sinus of Valsalva on the left. So what's this doing? That's right. Probably just need to bring it back a bit, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yep. So now we're just going to do our measurements on here. Just because it just didn't sit quite right when we opened it up, we can do this. So just using the measurement ruler up the top, just one click, and we can just do crosshairs here. Just take this one. So I'm going to do this one. Okay. Yeah. It's a bit more tricky.
Yeah, không nổi đâu.
So we're going to do.
Quy vậy nó không được đâu. Rồi, phải vậy. Nó không hiểu hết. Không hiểu vậy. Sao không? Cái quy thì nó có vòng vẫn chơi được. Cái này định hình nó không. Đó không rõ, chơi không rõ. Nó chơi thủ công rồi. Chính là nó tạo cho mình một cái mặt phẳng mà nó chuẩn rồi. Tạo cái đó.
Double click.
Đúng.
That's a moment. Yeah, and we go across this way to here. Okay. So then we're going to. So we're just going to. What's that one? That's the right. Yep.
Sai là cái vòng.
Yeah, just do the left.
Cái số van.
So
Cái số van là cái van nó là gọi là inflow dimension. Thì nó chính là cái vòng van là chính cái số van luôn. Phụ là bởi vì cái van nó có cái hình dáng đó, cái trên nó phải lớn nó nhỏ rồi LVLT nó hình trụ hay là que rồi đó để mình tưởng tượng là mình tranh cái van có nhiều cái lựa chọn van để định số van số một duy nhất rồi thôi ở dụ tùy cái nào mình nhích thành số thì nhích xuống số dù LVLT nó nhỏ quá rồi nhỏ cho lớn nó lủng ra
okay.
Cái đo hết mình là vậy để mình quyết định. Với còn sau mình nếu đo cái vòng không phải đó qua ví dụ như đó.
Okay, so
Bạn sinh va trên một chỗ tới tìm hiểu cái trên của ảnh nó khoảng 40 42 nên kia nhỏ quá phải cân nhắc hoặc là chạng quá. Ủa đâu có rồi đi rồi đang bấm đứt luôn. Là nhiều chỉ số là vậy. Một loại không? Một loại đúng rồi đó. Cái list đó
sẽ có LP rồi Pascal với hai độ cao của hai cái mặt.
Thì nó phải tùy cái đó để mình cân nhắc cái số lớn một chút hay nhỏ một chút.
Okay, you're right to. Yep, excellent. Now, so what we're going to do now, we're looking at the left and right coronary heights, and the software very nicely indicates where we are with the left, and here we are on the left here, but it does need a little bit of attention to it just to make sure we're in the right spot. So we can actually do it from here, rotate in until we see the left coronary come into view here, or we can move the bar just here down. And then we confirm left coronary height. And then we go over here and it's indicated that it's measured our right as well. And again, it's a little high. We can go here and just bring it into view. Yeah, so we want to make sure that we're in a good position with the right and left coronaries, and we're going to confirm.
Lấy bên này lấy cần lát hơn. Lấy chủ. Lấy cầm thêm nói chút rồi.
Okay, so now we're going to our horizontal aortic angle has already been done for us. So I'm just going to open the screen up here. as well. So this is our angio view. We can actually change the background, just fade it, like bring it in darker and change the contrast. And also we've having a look at our angles here. So we have our widths here, and we've also got our angle. It's saying it's at 38%. So we're just going to confirm there as well. And this is our angio, and that'll go onto our report. You can see our S-curve here, so we're in a really good position. So this is really handy when you're about to, during the case, that you've got a good angle. You can rotate around and have a good look at where and we can just put it back to align co-planner. So view back to here, and we click back out of it. Over here, we're looking at our in our hockey park view. So we can actually just move this up and have a look as well. So when we have a look along here, we can actually look at the calcium burden as well. So we just dial up here, and you can see that it's come up coloured. So we can actually see exactly what the calcium burden is on that valve. And just to and if you've got a preferred valve that you like, we can actually put it into, we can put in a virtual valve, or you can actually put your own custom valve in, the ones that you prefer to use, and you can pop them in here and or import your own if it's not on the list. But we just have this AI one for training purposes. So you can actually see how the valve looks and sits within the calcium burden on this as well.
Click cái gì nó ra các bạn này. Có cái nút không? Có một cái phần dưới. Dạ là click là nó hiện các bạn lên. Dạ vâng, mình sẽ chọn cỡ van. Hiểu. Ở trong cái list cỡ van. Trong cái list của nó. Có một cái góc. Còn trong trường hợp mà không còn trong list đấy thì báo thì gửi cho mình import.
And what sort of valve do you normally use for your patients?
Evolute, yeah. Cell is bendable.
Okay.
Cell is bendable valve. Evolute and Allegra.
Okay.
Yeah. From Medtronic. Yeah, Medtronic.
So just for, it's not sized properly, but it just get an idea of the potential of this software, of being able to, when you're doing your workups, of have a look if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To see how
beautiful, and you can actually see how it sits. So, and you can move, you know, your valve, and you can find one once you look at your measurements and see how it sits within your valve. So there's a lot of information here, and it's really good software to go and have a play with, and you know, and when you load up your cases, is to go and work your way through and do your workups.
Can you show the measurement that you got for this valve? The measurement to choose a 23 or 25.
see the report.
Which when the report, show them whether the measurement the report, so you can work out.
Yep. So just while we were over here on the reports, we can take Photoshop sort of screenshots of any that you would like to keep on your report. So if we go to the report now, as we've gone through and done all our measurements.
Report luôn. Click vô report nó ra luôn đó là. Nên là sau khi mình đo đạc các thứ đó hết là mình lưu.
Can you see the report?
Thì ở đây trong cái report của mình thì em đã thiết lập rồi, nếu mà mình ấn nút lưu này thì nó sẽ lưu về patch, lưu cái report này dạng PDF ở patch. Còn nếu như mà mình export đây, nếu mà ấn cái lưu này là nó lưu về máy, còn ấn cái bên cạnh hình cái ổ đĩa này nó sẽ lưu trên patch. Lưu về máy thì nó sẽ share cái folder để tất cả các cái máy khác,
tức là hai option luôn.
Một là PDF lưu ở trên hành trạng và share tận toàn bộ bệnh viện ở trong cái mục xem. Hai là cái lưu trên patch luôn.
Khi mở cái patch này là nó có dùng đó.
Dạ vâng, có.
Should be up there.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Just can you see the report when I open it up?
Yeah, we can see. Yeah. Yes, we can.
So just with the report, you can actually see as we've gone through and done all our measurements, it's populated all of our measurements on the report. So we can move and you can drop any of these, however, the sequence that you like. If you've got double up of some of the valves, you can, measurements, you can just click and drop them off the report. So this is all populated as you go along. So if we decided that we'd like an image here, so we just click on it and we can just do a function F6 or just go to take a screenshot and it'll come up and you can just label it how you like and then just add it to your report. So once you've done all of your measurements as well, this allows you to, you can just do a print report, you can email the report, you can also save and export, save it to your DICOM or to your PACS system. So it's a really easy way to, everything's in one sort of easy format for you to look at.
You can put the name on the letterhead too.
Yeah, so we...
Mình chọn cái hình nào mình chụp thì nó sẽ đẩy cái hình đấy vào report cho mình. Còn nút cái nút bên là sẽ mở cái report lên.
Okay. Is there any questions so far that you may have?
Any question? Tiếp là hỏi cái pha đi vâng ha. So standardly, what phase you choose for analyze systolic, diastolic, and what's percentage?
We would say majority is done in ES and not ED, but there is an option to be able to do that. So that's the two options you get in aortic, but we always do our workups in systole.
Yeah, you can choose what phase. If you have a multi-phase scan, you can choose which phase you want to choose, either systolic or diastolic. 30%. You can have a multi-phase scan and then have the measurements on each phase.
Tức là cuối thì từng thu chọn phase. And have you have any experience in patient with atrial fibrillation? Atrial fibrillation?
Atrial fibrillation?
Yes.
Yes.
What's phase you choose? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably something Pi would probably be able to help, with how they manage that. But you'd certainly, if they were in AF, you'd need to slow their heart rate down. So sort of that would fit into the criteria of treatment that you would have as your standard practice from us. But it would be very hard, it would be difficult to land a valve if the patient's in AF, rapid AF. So, but there's, criteria around that. And if you needed it, I could see if I could find a paper for you and send it to you about AF and in valves.
Nó phải chọn được cái thường là phải chọn cái lớn nhất. Yeah. So how do you identify the annulus block in the patient with bicuspid valve? Two left.
You can choose a bicuspid when you do the annulus.
Oh, okay.
You need to go back.
Come out of this whole thing.
There's an option to go back. You can open another case.
Open another case, yeah.
Okay. This side.
Bicuspid.
Bicuspid, yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Okay.
Here.
This one?
Yeah.
Automatic.
Để chọn, nhưng mà cách chọn.
So
vẫn chọn hai, đúng không? Vẫn chọn hai cái
So we've just opened up another a case just to be able to go back to show you the valve type. So you've got tricuspid here and bicuspid here, so you can choose. So if you've got a patient with bicuspid, you can go to this type, and if you've got a tricuspid but they have a fused leaflet, you're probably better to use the tricuspid. But there is an option to be able to do that in this format.
Yeah, it will only give you option. If you choose a bicuspid, it will give you option to choose only 2 needle points instead of 3.
Yeah. Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, thank you.
No worries.
Any other question?
Yes.
Okay. Cái đó mình góc rồi đâu cái đó cũng dễ vâng, nói gì đâu vâng. Thì tiếp thôi.
Học qua nếu mà nó có canxi á là mình đo trong hay mình đo phủ cái canxi chứ.
So other questions, sorry, yeah. The other question is for heavy calcification of annulus. So how do you measure annulus? Is the outer border or inner border for heavy calcification valve?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. So with the calcification, what we suggest is to just assume that there is no calcification and just go through the calcium as you do normally as far as you can. If you have a good CT scan and you can see clearly, and then try and just go through the calcium, not inner or outer, just go through the calcium as if there was no calcium. So just go through and try and measure like a normal annulus without the calcium.
Yeah.
So this means it's the outer, yeah, the outer calcium through the calcium, right?
Through the calcium, correct.
See if we can see. Yeah, it's not going to work. I just thought we might be able to play with it on here, see if we could create it, but I don't think we can.
We don't have a calcified.
No. Just got this bit here. Yeah, so that's good. What we can do now, just in the interest of time, because we've got about 10 minutes left, normally we just have a look at the femoral. We do have access for femoral subclavian and carotid, but they are two specialties all on their own. We can just run through quickly the femoral access, if you're happy with that.
Go ahead.
Cool. So again, just whichever module you open up, we have the set workflows here. So we're now got a lovely aorta with right and left femorals here. So this is a bit more manual than, you know, having the other AI placing for you, but it's a very simple and straightforward way to do it. Yeah. So if you just have a look over here, it gives you a prompt as to what to do next. So we've got, and it highlights it in blue very nicely. We're missing this little bit here. So what we can do is go add vessel, and we'll just click here, and that will include all of the vessel here. We've got we can rotate the structure here. And with this, this bolting, we can actually just take this part out if we don't need to use it. And that clears that. Just so that you don't have competing structures. So we're going to confirm that we're happy. Again, we go to define the center line. So again, it gives you a prompt over here. So we go here, and just where there's no calcium, enter here. And then we go next. And this will define our center line. So again, we've got coronal, axial, and sagittal here in our views. And this is sort of our control point, the red, and that is giving us a prompt that that's centered for us. So we can just sort of have a play just to make sure that that's centered. And it gives you this view here of showing you which vessel that it's tracking. We have a snake view here, so it just tracks the vessel, or you can actually go to the stretched vessel and have a look as well, seeing that our points are all very near and centered here. So go back to snake view. Then we can, from here, we can have a look and do some of our measurements along here, and that is also populated into our report as well. So you can do that. So we're happy with that. Double click, come back. We're happy with that. It's all defined our center line. So we're just going to go to confirm. So what we've actually got here is a stretched vessel view. here, and this gives us a. Sorry, was that a question?
No, okay. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, continue. Yeah.
Cool. So we have the left iliac and the right iliac here. This gives us an indication that's saying that it's a 5 mm or 15 French. So it's saying that the 15 French would be an option, but as we get down here, we're starting to see that we're just having we've got some obstruction or calcium in the vessel, and we can rotate this to have a look, and here's our bifurcation here. So, and as we get down here, there's some red, so it's going to anywhere in this sort of region, it's going to be not compatible with a 15 French. So, and we can, as we work down, we can actually do our measurements from here. As I said, the crosshair, the pink here is the pink here. So we can just move it up and down here. And we'll go down to look at the femoral head. There is a little bit of distortion on this angio. So it's a little harder to really get a good access point on this particular image. But we'll just come up a little bit.
Cái đó anh chưa biết bấm, em biết bấm cái đó vậy, kéo cái đầu rồi tới đó biết không?
Cái đấy nó tự động đâu đây, anh chỉ cần lăn thì nó sẽ tự đến đoạn nào mà mình cần đưa vào report thì mình click vào để đưa cái đoạn đấy gắn nhãn,
bấm vô cái đó nó tự động hơn.
Cái này giống kiểu đến đoạn này là mình gắn nhãn cái nhãn đấy thuộc cái gì để nó đưa vào report để nó hiện cái title lên,
là cái nút để cho nó đo tự động và kéo. Giống cái sờ đo.
Đúng rồi, bên con xem không cũng cần
kéo là thành.
Okay, yeah, so this is again going to populate into your report. So I'll just do a quick, so we'll just put this as our femoral diameter. We can certainly go into a lot more depth with the training, and for the people that are going to the Netherlands, they'll go through this a lot more in more depth about how to do this. And so we can actually go over to our report now. And if we scroll all the way down, so again, screenshots you can add to it as well. And here's our femoral workup. So we've just did the femoral quickly there, but it will populate all of these for you. And I've taken an image. So as you go through, just collect your images, and they'll all be added to the report as well. And again, that you can export or send it to your PACS system. So that is a very brief overview. Is there anything else you want to know about the femoral access at this point?
Oh yeah, I think yeah, nó được rồi. I think yeah, I think that's a very good for a very all information for femoral artery. Yeah.
And
chậu thì dễ.
Double click here. You can measure the totality angle here. The right click.
Yep. Oh, the angle.
Yeah, you can see the angles. Totality.
Yeah, you do.
Xoay được rồi. Spin.
You can see the tortuosity angle if there is very tortuous. You can see the angle and measure tangent.
Angle measure.
Yeah.
Góc. Yeah. Spin around.
Okay. So if you have any questions, feel free to give them to Lan, and he can get them to us. We can ask you, but I can ask the question about the AF for you.
Được. Ok. Cái gì tao vi mình làm cũng nhiều rồi đó. Lạnh thật. Thì có gì any question? Cái test này training có một bữa thôi mà.
3 bữa, mỗi bữa một phần.
Ở này không, tức là ta vi là một phần đó thôi mà.
Em là một. Em đi.
5 phút.
Có một cái khác là có một cái khác hơn nữa mà ở bên, vì là họ dùng cái demo, họ dùng cái offline nên là không lưu được. Còn của mình thì em kết nối xong rồi thì có cái nút lưu ở bên góc bên tay phải tay trái, thì ấn nút lưu thì các cái thao tác đo của mình như cũ mình đã đo hết, nó sẽ lưu về bạch. Lần sau anh chỉ cần mở lại cái đấy là nó sẽ tự động fill vào các cái chỗ anh đã đo rồi. Anh có thể sửa lại trên đấy thì có khác hơn so với bạch.
I think that's very clear. So we also go to report some cases and then maybe some more questions later. Yeah. We need to practice first and then yeah.
It is a lot of information to take in on the first view of it. So yeah, have a play, and we are here to help you. So send through any questions or anything at all, and we can help you. Yep.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah.
No worries at all. Thank you.
Presentation, and then see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh no, you've actually got Heather from the Netherlands coming to do tricuspid.
Yeah.
Yep. So she'll be on. Yes, so she'll be here next. So you've got another person yet.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Làm rồi còn mai xong cái phần tâm ý mai là cái phần khác đúng không? Dạ vâng. Như là em trong lo đi. Dạ vâng, mai.
Thank you Judy. Dạ.
Hello, how you going?
Vâng anh ạ.
Hôm nay mình làm một section này thôi ạ. Mình làm 2 section chứ.
Này section này thôi ạ. Mai còn ngày mai nữa. Với bác sĩ cũng hơi bận xíu nên là chưa có thời gian thực hành ấy. Thì có gì bác sĩ thực hành xong rồi trả lời thêm rồi bác sĩ sẽ báo lại.
So we just wait for Heather from Pi.
Mình có 2 section mà.
Nhưng mà bác sĩ hơi bận xíu ấy thì có thể là dồn nó vào ngày mai được không? Em thấy có 2 session nhưng mà bác sĩ đến giờ lại đi buồng ấy. Thì có thể là chuyển vào ngày mai xíu đi. Em thấy phần đấy cũng không còn nhiều nữa ấy. Còn mỗi cái còn một phần nữa, em thấy là còn một phần nữa, nhưng mà em thấy bác sĩ có lần nãy giờ bị gọi liên tục, cấp cứu gọi nên là các bác cũng phải chạy liền.
Lamb, do they know that they've got a training afterwards with Heather?
Yes, hello. So sorry so much. The section 2, we can move it tomorrow. The section 2 from by Holland.
Tomorrow.
Because now the doctor have the emergency form go to the room.
No. Correct. Oh, that's all good. As long as you're happy, Lamb, that everything's organised for Heather tomorrow.
They will do the first tomorrow and then see what happens.
Yeah. So Lamb, tomorrow we'll do the mitral at the same time at 5:30 and then see what happens with Pi.
Yes, tomorrow. We'll yes, tomorrow we can start the mutual from the 5:30.
Yeah.
Maybe because now the some doctor in the car go to the have emergency.
Yeah.
And, so sorry so much because with the schedule we have the 2 sections today, right?
Yeah.
We have the 2 sections today, and now the some doctor have to go to the one go to the emergency.
That's okay. We can start tomorrow, and then if we got time, we can squeeze in tricuspid and what was the next? Pulmonary. Yeah. That's all right.
It's probably more important to get tricuspid and or at least mitral sorted out, because they're probably the most common procedures done. Most of the software will be used for mitral and aortic. So I think
maybe maybe the one person from the Holland.
on Holland.
Private room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry, and we can help with him. So sorry so much.
Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
Hello.
Hi, Nathan.
Hey, very good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, we just had a quick session with the doctors for the aortic now, and then they just had to leave because of some emergency cases. They just left the room.
Okay.
So our Vietnamese partner Lam is here, and then he suggested can we do the today's part tomorrow? Reschedule it for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So we're planning to do the pulmonary tricuspid now and pulmonary afterwards. So are we able to do tricuspid and pulmonary tomorrow, Nathan?
Let me check.
Yeah. Thanks so much. Sorry for an inconvenience for you because the doctor had some could call for the emergency room.
Sorry, I couldn't understand what you were saying.
The doctors were called into emergency just now, so they just left just before we came. They just left.
Yeah. Just yeah. Tomorrow would be an option. So then tomorrow tricuspid and pulmonary is what you say.
Yeah.
So what time? The same time tomorrow, or?
Yeah, the same time tomorrow. The same time tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. We're good.
Sorry about that, Nathan. But
Yeah.
No problem.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
yeah, see you tomorrow.
All right. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. The same time tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Julie, and thank you, Paris. See you tomorrow the same time. Maybe tomorrow we have the lower fast time. Some the doctor, maybe I think the doctor have experience for the vascular and cardiology, and we can maybe tomorrow we have the three section. We have the three section. You can consider go to the fast, and if they have any question, we can explain and explain more detail. Maybe we have tomorrow. I think we can go to the fast more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go to the
Yeah. No, that's
No
good.
problem. Yeah.
Well,
All right.
Thank you, Paris. Thank you, Julie. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. No
Cảm ơn bạn với Trang. Anh ơi, em nốt với các bác sĩ ngày mai ấy, là mình có các session như trong kế hoạch nhé, để các bác sĩ sắp xếp.
Dạ vâng, em biết rồi, để em báo bác sĩ vào sớm hơn xíu vì là hôm nay buổi đầu các bác có ca mổ nên là các bác kiểu đi ăn hơi muộn ấy. Với nãy giờ bác sĩ cũng cấp cứu gọi liên tục, các bác chạy ra chạy vào liên tục nên là các bác cũng kết thúc sớm hơn xíu. Nhưng mà chắc để mai bảo các bác vào sớm.
Anh có nói ngày mai hoặc
em bảo
một tí.
Okay. Còn 2 cái module nữa, em thấy trong chương trình thì sẽ còn 2 module nữa. 2 module nữa chưa có. 2 cái đấy thì nhanh thôi.
Không, trong đấy mình đang có tổng cộng 5 module này, xếp hết rồi chứ.
Không, ý là ngày hôm nay các bác là còn 2 module cho training. Trong ngày hôm nay còn 2 cái. Rồi, ok anh.
Ok. Vậy thì theo lịch ngày mai. Cảm ơn hai đứa.
Dạ vâng. Bye.